Hi guys, this is the last day of Mr. Terup, I think. I think we'll be done. So I'm going to read a little bit, and then I have two books that I picked out that I think we might do our next read aloud, and I sent you a Google form tomorrow that you can vote on which book you want me to read next. Okay? So we'll start off with, we left off with Alexia. Teach made it. He showed up on the last day with no warning. It was the biggest surprise ever. Everyone ran over and hugged him. Then Teach went over and hugged Peter. I liked Teach so much when he did that. It made me think of the day he took me out in the hall. Teach knew how to be nice. He didn't say one thing and do another. Not Teach. After things calmed down, I went up to him. I've been being nice now, Teach, I said. You'd be proud. You've always been nice, Lex, he said. You just figured out how to show it. But you're right. I'm very proud of you. I can't wait till next year, I said. I can't wait either. I missed you. Then I hugged Teach again. I love you, Teach, I said. I love you too. So now it's wait till next year. And I can't. Jeffrey. Sometimes school can actually be great. And next year's going to be just that. Because Terup's back. I didn't think he was going to make it. I thought he was going to die. Like Michael did. I tried to help Michael and it didn't work. I don't know if it helped Terup at all. But he made it. I ran and got help when he fell down in the snow. I ran inside and got the nurse and made them call 911 and got Mrs. Williams. I did that. Was that enough? I watched Terup hug Peter. He didn't blame anyone. Jessica told me that it wasn't my fault that Michael died. Maybe you just do the best you can, because you can't control what happens in the end. I guess it's okay to hope for things. Sometimes it works out. Slowly, I'm getting my mom and dad back. There isn't silence between us anymore, though they still don't talk to each other very much. Mom is out of her pajamas, but never out of the house. That's okay for now. She's starting to try to get better like me and Dad. I hope things get better between them. I miss my brother, but I'm real glad we got Terup back. And I think I've found some reason for all of this. I never would have been the one to break the silence between me and Mom and Dad if it weren't for Mr. Terup's accident. I wanted so bad to tell him how much I loved him, and I didn't know if I was going to get the chance when he was in that coma. And that was when I knew I didn't want to miss the chance with my parents. So I broke the silence. I'm glad too. I'm happy. Anna. The last day turned out to be a great day. Mr. Terup made it. I've never felt so happy. My throat, my heart, my belly, they all burned with happiness. And probably relief too. And then we found out about this looping thing. And I felt the good hurt inside all over again. Bus 9 is now loading. The call came over the speakers. See you soon, Mr. Terup, I said. I ran over and gave him another quick hug. Have a good summer. You too, Anna, he said. And Mr. Terup? I looked up at him and he looked down at me. I think Miss Newberry might have the hots for you, in case you're interested. I smiled. He smiled back. Matchmaker Anna, thanks for the tip. Bus 9, last call for the Bus 9, the loudspeaker announced. I hurried out of room 202 with my head held high. I never made it to Bus 9, though. I got downstairs to the lobby and ran into Mom and Charlie. Hey, kiddo, Charlie said. Hi, guys, I said. Are you here to pick up Danielle, too? She's still upstairs. I barely got those words out of my mouth before I saw the answer to my question. Danielle's mother walked in the lobby. She spotted us right away. Hi, Mrs. Roberts, I said, finding no small amount of courage. Would you like me to go upstairs and get Danielle for us? Not needed. Danielle came through the stairwell door and entered the lobby. She took a second to look at everyone. Then she and I exchanged a knowing glance, bracing ourselves for whatever came next. There would be no disappointment on this day. It was a day of happiness and celebration. Hi, Mrs. Roberts, Mom said, offering her hand to shake. I'm Terry Adams, and this is my daughter, Anna. We didn't meet properly at the hospital. We'd love to have you and Danielle come over this afternoon, maybe for a cup of coffee or tea and some hangout time for the girls. The ball lay in Mrs. Roberts' court now. I let my breath out when I saw her shake my mom's hand. Please call me Susan, she said. Danielle and I would be happy to come over. She glanced to Danielle, who nodded excitedly, but without hiding the shock on her face. Then Mrs. Roberts looked at Charlie. Mr. Terup came into the lobby and at some point during all this and gave Danielle and me a thumbs up sign. It was as if he knew the whole story. Did he? We waved goodbye to the best teacher in the whole wide world. Danielle. It started with an old friend, Alexia, who wasn't really a friend. In came this new girl, Jessica, whom I liked but was told not to like. Somewhere in between, I became friends with Anna. We worked with a collaborative classroom and we had the huge Ramadan project. And that old friend, who I had figured out wasn't a friend at all, was kind of on her own. I had Jessica and Anna. Then the accident happened. While Jeffrey ran for help, I held Mr. Terrap's head, putting my hat and coat under it so that it wasn't lying on the cold snow. I went to visit Mr. Terrap in the hospital with Jessica and Anna and found an old friend there. Alexia was Lexi again, except new and improved. James left, but he made us see Peter again. And then we played the wait and see game until today. Today, Mr. Terrap came back, and then we found out that we're looping, and we'll all get to be with him again next year. I can't wait to tell Grandma the news. She's the one who helped me when things get tough, and she said a lot of prayers for us. I don't think I'll tell Grandma about the end of the day news, though. I'll leave that up to Mom. I just wish Anna a great summer and watched her head out of the classroom to catch her bus when Mr. Terrap said, "Danielle, I see your mother walking across the parking lot." He was looking out our window. "She must be here to pick you up." "Okay, thanks," I said. I grabbed my stuff. "Have a great summer. I can't wait for the fall." "Bye, Danielle," he said. I ran over and hugged him once more. "So glad you're back," I told him. I let go, looked in his face, then hurried downstairs. I got down to the lobby and saw everyone. Mom, Charlie, Anna, and Terry. Was Charlie with Mom or Terry? Oh boy, I thought. But things worked out. Mom shook Terry's hand and accepted her invitation for coffee. Mom looked at Charlie after, but didn't say anything or make a sort of face. She was going to try really hard for us. As we were leaving, Mr. Terrap gave us a thumbs up sign. How long had he been watching? How much did he know? Dear God, it's Danielle down here, full of love. Thanks for giving me my teacher back and again for next year. And thanks for helping my mom give Terry and Anna a chance. Maybe now you can start work on Grandma. She's going to be a lot tougher to persuade. P.S. I'm sorry I got mad at you. Peter. Out of nowhere, I heard the scream. Mr. Terrap! Everyone around me jumped up and ran to the door. I couldn't believe it. Mr. T was back. I started crying. Mr. T was alive and he was here. I stayed in my seat, trying to look small, but he spotted me. The room grew quiet as Mr. T walked toward me. I was scared again. Mr. T got down on his knee and looked directly into my eyes. Then came the best hug I've ever felt. Mr. T wrapped his arms around me and gave me a huge squeeze. I squeezed him back as tight as I could, but my body shook and I sniffed my snotty nose. "It's okay, Peter," he whispered in my ear. "I forgive you." Suddenly I felt lighter, a lot lighter. Jessica. Final act, final scene. I've realized something. It's not California I long for anymore, or even Dad. It's 6th grade and another year with Mr. Terrap. I want to ask him about his family and tell him to let Miss Newberry get close because she truly cares about him. But now is not the time. There will be lots of opportunity for that when school starts up again. I need to enjoy this curtain call. I've read a lot of books, but I think ours is the great story, and I know Mr. Terrap would agree. It's a happy ending. Luke. I remember thinking 6th grade. We're going to be 6th graders, and Mr. Terrap is going to be my teacher. Our teacher, I thought in Mrs. Williams' words. Magic. I looked at Mr. Terrap sitting with some of my classmates, and I thought, she's right. There will be magic. He's my teacher. The dollar word man. Terrap. Dollar word. What do you guys think? I love this book. So there are other books after this. Okay, there's 2 other books, and I think they're writing a 4th, so that's always one to check out. But for the next book read, I picked 2 different books out, and I'm going to show you, and you can decide by voting tomorrow. Okay, so the first one is Posted, and in middle school, words aren't just words. They can be weapons. They can be gifts. The right word can win you friends or make you enemies. They can come back to haunt you. Sometimes they can change things forever. So that's Posted. And then I have Ban This Book. And it's a battle of the books. And Amy Ann is determined to win. It all started the day Amy Ann Ollinger tried to check out her favorite book in the whole world from the mixed up files of Mrs. Basil from the school library. That's when Mrs. Jones' librarian told her the bad news. Her favorite book was banned, all because a classmate's mom thought the book wasn't appropriate for kids to read. Amy Ann decided to fight back by starting a secret banned books library out of her locker. As word spread, Amy Ann's locker stash quickly grows into a school-wide sensation. Soon, she and her best friends find themselves on the front line of an unexpected battle over book banning, censorship, and who has the right to decide what kids can read. So these are the two options: posted or ban this book. Okay, so I put a link on there. Tomorrow morning it will open up and you will have the opportunity to vote which book you like, and I will start that on Monday. Okay, bye guys, have a good night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for our morning meeting. Bye.